Ball at the 26. Bird looking over the middle, now throws, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Adam Leonard. Leonard at the 20. Leonard at the 10. Leonard is tripped up at the 1-yard goal. They say he scored. They say he scored.
Welcome back. Adam Leonard's interception return for a touchdown last night electrified the crowd at Aloha Stadium. He joins us now in studio to break down the big game. Adam, first of all, congratulations. You guys are 4-0 for the first time since 1988. Just how much pride do you guys take in that?
Well, you know, coming into the season, we set our goals a little bit higher than last season. And we know the talent we have on this team and how far we could go. So we just want to perform every week, and hopefully the win totals will add up, and we'll be one of the teams bidding for the BCS Bowl.
Now let's go back to last night's game. You know, you guys dominated this team, but at the same time, halftime the score is only 11 points differential. Was there anything that you guys said in the locker room? You guys had to turn this around?
Well, really in the locker room, our coaches said, you know, keep playing the way we are. You know, they came up with one big play, which was the first play over 30 yards, our first pass play over 30 yards this season. So we knew that we're doing everything right. We just got to continue to, you know, play to see another down. And so we had to just make sure we make the tackles, and we knew our offense would get rolling soon enough. Tyler's first game really started in 2 years, and so we knew it was going to take him some time to get in his zone, and it happened in the third quarter.
Coming into this game, though, I mean, you guys kind of had to feel like the bullies, right? I mean, did you feel a little shocked that they were able to put up points on you guys?
No, you know, sometimes it happens, and you just got to play the next series, play the next down. You know, it's one snap and clear. We knew they scored a touchdown. That's something we didn't want to give up, but it happened. We just knew that we have to play the rest of the game to perfection.
Now, you mentioned Tyler, and you mentioned having to play to perfection. Was that part of the reason without Colt there? Did you guys have to step things up just a little bit?
Well, even with Colt in the game, if we're up by a touchdown, if it's tied or if we're down, we feel like we want to go out there and get off the field as fast as possible and make that statement every time we're on the field. So the score really doesn't dictate how hard we play or what our focus is as a defense. As a defense, we want to be considered one of the best defenses in the nation, and so that's what we shoot for every time we're on the field.
Now, you talked a little bit about last night and that it does happen. You know, sometimes scoring does that happen. You guys just give up a score. And you said the mistakes came down to responsibility. So, you know, just maybe go over that. You know, what did happen? What went wrong in those plays?
Well, really, on that pass play was a post on the backside. And me personally, I could have took it a little bit more inside and made it a more difficult throw. But the quarterback placed the ball where it's supposed to be placed, and our corner couldn't bring him down there, and he managed to outrun our safeties. And so that's one of those plays where we could look at on film and say if we played that a little bit differently, that wouldn't have happened. If anything, a completion for a 20-yard gain. So we know that's what we look at, the mistakes, how we could play better, and next week we fix them.
Now, this 4-3 defense, I mean, people forget you guys are still relatively new to this. I mean, you mentioned before that you guys only had one spring to get used to this thing. Just how much are you guys continuing? Is this a continuing process that you guys are learning as you guys go along?
Well, really, this is a defense that likes to cause turnovers, and you can see that really happened last game, which our first game where we really got after it, got some interceptions, fumble recoveries. And you can see each week we're getting closer to that. The last 2 games we had on the road, we're one step away from causing more turnovers, and so we're getting more comfortable. We're playing faster, and when you play fast, turnovers happen.
Now, you guys gained a lot of reputation last year with the hard hits and the stuff that you had done, but it seems from an outsider's perspective at least that you guys are playing a lot looser under Greg McMackin's defense than last year with Glanville. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, I would say last year a lot of people were stepping on pins and needles. It was, if you make a mistake, you got a chance of being pulled. You know, you don't know if that one mistake lands you on the bench. So with McMackin, he reassures us that mistakes happen. We can make mistakes as long as we have one snap and clear and we play the next down. And really, it's just with maturity too. Our defense, we're a lot more mature, and as far as our defensive backs, we had transfers it was our first year last year, so they're second year in the program. They know how things are done, and they're playing a lot faster too.
All right, now let's go back to that big play, the interception return for a touchdown. First of all, how did it feel? And then second of all, I've heard that you've been getting some grief from some of your teammates for dropping interceptions.
Oh yeah, in practice, you know, there's some times where I get a hand on the ball or as a pass that seems like I could pick off and it doesn't manage to end up in my hands all the way. So they've been giving me a lot of grief about that. I've been doing ball drills with the wide receivers during the special teams part of practice to get my hands to reassure my hands. So I've been working on it. You know, it felt great to get that pick finally in the game. I dropped one the first game of the season, so it feels good to get one and eventually take it to the house.
Still to come, Jacob Patek feels lucky to be playing football and even luckier to be in Hawaii. He's had to overcome some bad decisions in his young life, and if it weren't for a mistake with a Big 12 team, he would have never been a Warrior.